All right, McLovin, your question.
I swear, I'm not making this up. You stole my Big Chill question, but I was just going to state that Fandango is underrated. Love that movie.
Yeah.
All right.
But wait, how did you find out you weren't in Big Chill, by the way? Were you watching
The
it?
director called me and he said, look, happens sometimes. It's the way I'm looking at it, and it's not going to make it. But he says, I'm going to make this up to you, and I'm going to put you in a Western, Silverado. He didn't know the movie he was going to make at that time, but that's a sports guy. I'm going to make it up to you.
I like it.
I'm going to make it up to you. And it's like you go, and, so I didn't wilt like a daisy. I didn't feel bad. I felt like that was an honorable thing, a very difficult phone call. But I knew my career started with that movie, regardless of whether I appeared in it or not. You need to kind of know what the moments are in your life, whether the world gets to see it or not. You know when the shoe drops and you think you're on your way. And I was on my way when I did that movie.
Fritzy, final question.
Movie role you didn't get that devastated you the most, and the role you most regret passing on that you did get.
I really wanted to do Schindler's List. I thought for a moment I wanted to direct it. It wasn't going to be directed at first. I was told that Steven wasn't going to direct it. I went after it. And all of a sudden, I talked to Steven. He goes, I think it needs work. I said, I think it's really perfect. He goes, well, I think it needs a little bit more. And then he ended up directing it. And, he did a really beautiful job. But I said, well, I'd still like to play Oscar Schindler. Ooh. And he said, well, I said, could I read for it? And I've never told this story, okay? This has never been told ever. And I said, and he goes, well, I'm thinking, I said, look, I'll fly out and I'll read for you. So I got a bald cap, and I came to his apartment up in the kitchen. He had a little camera, and I tried to play Oscar Schindler for him. I auditioned for him because I wanted to be in it. I felt like it was a really important movie, and I didn't get it. Liam Neeson got it. And but I tell that story simply because, whatever actor, whatever people think your position is in the world, when you want something, you humble yourself and you go out and get it. You don't kowtow to anybody, but it's not too much of me to go put on a ball cap and say, I can play this guy. I didn't get that. So a lot of people think, wow, dumb move, flying across the country, kind of humiliating, wasn't it? I don't see it that way. So that's a true story in his kitchen here in New York. And I walked out thinking, man, I'm a dumb I didn't get it. But you know what? I thought, in sports, you go and you try it and you walk on. And there are people that don't develop in high school, don't even develop in college, and they're playing in the pros.
Well, you have to get to the plate to get a hit.
Yeah.
So you went to the plate. You go to Spielberg's apartment.
Yeah.
You took your cuts.
Yeah. I wanted to direct it. I wanted to act in it. I just worked myself right out of that movie.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.